In this video, we're just going to look at the order of operations concerning integers. And so, as you see in this particular example, I have a negative 3 squared. Okay, be very careful on this. The negative being inside or outside makes a difference in the answer. Okay, so checking out the order of operations, you're just going to do it the same way as you did with whole numbers. You're going to start with all the parentheses, brackets, and braces, and you're going to work from the inside out until you get just a number inside the brackets or braces or parentheses. Now, as you start on the inside, and so if you look at my setup here, this would be the first thing I would do. That's the innermost set of parentheses or brackets or braces. And so I would work on that problem first. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do steps 2, 3, and 4, working with exponents, multiplication, division from left to right, and subtraction and addition from left to right. And I'm going to do all those 3 of those steps inside that set of parentheses. And so as I rewrite this, I have negative 3 squared plus 5. And now here I'm going to go ahead and do what's inside. And so it's 10 minus 7, which is 3. And that was the only operation. And now very often people say, well, why do you leave it in parentheses? Because if there was an exponent on the outside of that, what sign I have in here in the red would change that answer. And so I want to be very, very careful. I don't try to change anything. And remember, these little dots here represent multiplication. And it is 5 times 3 because the 5 is up against a set of parentheses. That's another good reason to leave it in there. All right, now that we've gotten only a single number in for each one of the innermost parentheses, we're going to go ahead and work in the next level of parentheses or brackets or braces. And so that's the outer set. Within that, we're going to operate on 2, 3, and 4. And so we go find exponents that are inside those brackets, and we have one right here. And so we say this is kind of on the side. This is negative 3 times negative 3. A negative times a negative is a positive. 3 times 3 is 9. And so for our next step then, we have, and I'm going to write down everything else. Make sure I don't make a bracket too quick. And now in purple, here's what I've done. Notice I'm still leaving it in a set of parentheses. Eventually you'll kind of drop those. But for right now I just leave it there because there's really nothing else going on. Okay, so now everything's down here. I've only got one number in here in purple, so I'm done with that. Now I look at multiplication and division from left to right. Well, 9's not really doing anything. Nothing's multiplying it. And so I'm going to go ahead and look at the next thing. Well, I've got an addition, but that happens after multiplication and division. So now I have a multiplication problem. Go ahead and bring everything else down. And so this is going to be 9 plus times 2. And so now that I'm doing something against the set of parentheses here, my answer is going to drop the parentheses. Oh, let me choose yellow here. And so I'm going to work this particular problem 5 times 3. And when I'm done, I'm going to drop those parentheses because I'm done working outside of the parentheses. So 5 times 3 is 15. And then I'm still working in brackets and braces and parentheses. I can't do anything more in this set, but I can still work with that outer set. And that outer set, I can combine what's inside. And so with the outer set of parentheses, 9 plus 15 is 24. And then I bring down my times 2. Now, I've got this set of brackets here. There's only a single number in it, so now I can go outside of the brackets. And I work my rules, 2, 3, and 4, in the order. So are there any exponents? No. So I go to multiplication and division from left to right. So I have 24 times 2. 24 times 2 is 48. And I don't have any more addition, subtraction, no more multiplication, division, no more brackets, braces, and parentheses. And so I'm done. And I can drop the brackets because I've done the outer thing to them. And so, again, integers don't change the order of operations. They just simply give you another version of numbers, another set of numbers that you can work with.